Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we continue with a bot. Yeah. Okay, level 45 was it, what? Reign of Death, huh? Welcome back, Serenia. By your tranquil countenance, it is plain that both your body and soul are in readiness for the next step of your journey. Very well, the time is ripe that I teach you the ballad of a vainglorious fool. The song tells the tale of an archer of a god's quiver whose peerless skill was surpassed only by his hubris. Let me guess, it's you. Alas, that hubris led to the annihilation of an entire regiment at the battle, which has come to be called the Massacre of Griffin Crossing. Standing guard in dead of night, an archer wearing of a sight. Drunk on pride and starved of glory, forsook his post to claim glory. 10 score yards had the archer crept, and shrieks rang out when his comrades slept. For he was not there to see the knives, nor to ring the bell and save friends' lives. Tell me, Zorinia, what lesson can be learned from this tale? Ah, but hold that thought. What your tongue claims to understand interests me not. As before, I'd sooner have you demonstrate the fruits of your learning with bow in hand. This time, however, you shall have the pleasure of my company. I would have you escort me to the Gilmora ruins in the North Shroud. It is there that some few fallen of the massacre of Griffin Crossing have been laid to rest. Pray honor this place of remembrance with a bouquet of lilies. Heed me, O persant Altek. Cast thee back to the reins, to the firmament, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. Okay. So, North Shroud. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him who blames himself for what happened there. There. XIV. The enemy then? No, I cannot. Why? Why do I still draw breath? The sin of a past would beget another. Forgive me, Zerenia. He can't do it. He's not ready. So let's look for that bot. As you have doubtless noticed, I am no longer capable of wielding a bow. I whom called the God's bow. I had hoped that the years would take the edge of the memories, but I hoped in vain. Absolution does not come so easily. Heed me well, Serenia, for I shall reveal all to you. The man sung of in the ballad of a vainglorious fool was hubris doomed an entire regiment. He and I are one and the same. Being no stranger to the bow, you will know that the archer's role in battle is that of support. His charge was to thin out the enemy line that his comrades might gain ground in the field of battle. By that most basic of criteria, I was unfit to hold a bow from the first. In my pride and lust for glory, I sent countless souls to a bloody grave. Good men and women all, with loved ones and bright futures awaiting them. I lost the will to live that day, becoming an empty husk of a man, tormented in sleep and wakefulness both by the memories of my crime. But the gods were not without mercy. They gifted me with song, that I might find a measure of solace in my wretched existence. A new melody resounds within you, I see. Though this outing was rather far departed from what I had in mind, that it still bore fruit gives me comfort. On that note, let us conclude the lesson. I dare say I have no cause to worry that you will repeat the same self-mistake as the vainglorious fool. Serenia, I will be alone for a while. Take yourself back to camp and I shall make my own way there presently. Your empathy unlocks echoes of an ancient melody within you. Okay, back at camp. I'm glad to see you safely returned. Though I rasped my voice hoarse through the saying of it, I cannot tell you enough times how much I regret dragging you to such danger. And yet, there's more I would ask of you. If you would do me the kindness of lending your ears, then pray speak now. You hear a faint voice carried on the winds of time. Yeah, still level 45. Okay. You will listen to my request, for you know me for the vainglorious fool I am. I'm humbled. The boon I ask of you is simple. I would have you sing for me. Yes, okay. As long as I don't have to sing. A heartfelt performance, masterfully delivered. You've come far in such a short time, my young apprentice. Hearing your song this day, I'm convinced that you are well on the way to surpassing me as bard and archer both. Soon there will not left for me to impart to you. Serenia, you have proven yourself worthy of the consecrated garments worn by the true bard of old to honor the keeper. I speak of a choral attire. The attire was entrusted to me by when Pugnopoki and I first met, deep within the 12th wood. The Moogle and I traded scarce more than a handful of words when he proffered to me the attire along with the soul of a bard. At the time I knew not the true power of song, and so declined the gifts, but Pugnopoki would not be denied. For all his good humor, the Moogle can be as unmoving as a rock. The attire chooses the wearer, not the other way round, he insisted. And I found myself yielding to his will. In mastering the verses of war, I won acclaim beyond my wildest dreams. Upon the field of battle and for a time, I was well pleased. Alas, my lust for glory knew no bounds, the consequence of which you are already aware. It was in the wake of a massacre of Griffin's Crossing. Stricken with guilt, I wanted naught more than the earth to open up to swallow me whole. I had lost the will to live, aye, but I was too craven to end it myself. And so I took to wandering aimlessly in search of a place to die, far away from the judging eyes of man. Disillusioned with the power of song, I committed an act of folly. I scattered the choral attire across the realm. If truly the attire chooses its wearer, I challenged, then let it find its way back to me. Determined that I would not be proven wrong, I went to great pains to ensure that the attire would never again see the light of day, and the pieces now rest in places of peril. Being the proud fool that I was, it never crossed my mind that mayhap another was meant to don it. I would entrust the choral attire to you, Serenia, but as you can see, you must needs brave the dangers to claim it. I shall mark its whereabouts on your map, but I can afford you no further aid beyond that. I am deeply sorry that my folly of years past has entailed this burden upon you, but Altic works in a mysterious way. In his wisdom, it may be that he sent this trial to test your spirit. I mean not for my sentiment to encumber you, but I am convinced that you are the chosen one by the choral attire. But pray do not take that as license for complacency. Trials wouldn't be called such if they failed to tax one's ability. Stay ever on your toes, Serenia. I would have you return whole of body, bearing the 4 parts of my surrendered raiment. Heed me, persant Altic. Were we the seasons turning that we might gaze upon the battles of yore? Okay. Then Earth's Gift, Rauban's Push, Gold Hearthstone. Hearthstone is in Lancia, I believe. But where there? Oh man. I truly do not know my areas. Rauban's Push is Northern Fanalan. Earth's Gift is right here. The others I have to look up. You obtain a piece of coral attire. Coral wingbands with this. hands, yeah. But they're already worse than my Griffin skin braces, so... How do they look? Nice, but a bit bland. Then again, this is gloves. This isn't wristbands or something like that. In the item slot, so you would actually see them, because when you have these types of items, you usually don't see them because the gloves cover them. So, off to Goldleaf dies here in the Sylphlands. Yep. Here we get Coral Chapeau, also that. No, I'd rather stay with the archer set. I mean, it doesn't look bad. In fact, I have the coral attire in Mobius as Princess Sarah job, the Eorzean bard. Sandals? They technically are slightly better than my current shoes. They do not suit my aura with a scaled zone, and Hearthstone is... Ah, that is in the Sargin area. Yeah, the sandals don't fit my aura, I think, due to her having scales. It looks a bit weird then. That was rather easy. So you have returned. Sound of body and mind at rest, and you bear the 4 parts of a coral attire. I knew you were the true owner of these garments ere I heard your song. Since the day we met, your determination has reminded me of much that I have lost, and would have again. I have at last settled my heart on the matter that has plagued me for some decades. When my preparations are complete, you shall know of my decision. Until then, may your song lift the spirits of your allies and your arrows seek the hearts of your foes. Battle voice. Increases direct hit rate of all nearby party members by 20%. Can only be executed while singing Mage's Ballad, Army's Paean, or Wanderer's Minuet. Okay. And it's a 3-minute cooldown. Okay. You have done well, my young apprentice. In returning with a choral attire, you have reaffirmed my faith in you. I see no further reason to withhold from you the existence of a final piece of the set. The piece that had brought us together. Listen well, Serenia. When I put down my bow, I vowed never again to set foot in the 12th wood. That I now forsake my oath is for no other reason than to impart my knowledge to one who would succeed me. Lest you wonder why I should deem that so important, permit me to relate to you an event which brought a great change in me. My most recent journey had taken me to Uldar, where I found myself ambling through the marketplace early on one morn. Browsing the wares on display, my eyes were set on a mat with a relic of my past, a piece from the choral attire that I had discarded decades before, countless miles away. I felt at once that it was not mere chance that it had reunited me with it, and put forth a coin with nary a pause. Holding the garment in my hands, I resolved to find a worthy heir to my legacy. Alas, no sooner had I arrived in the 12th wood, but I found myself mobbed by archers seeking to own their skills. Among those who came, not a one showed the least interest in poetry and verse. Sorely discouraged and regretting my decision, I made to strike camp and leave the 12th wood once more, never to return. It was then that you appeared, young one. When you expressed your desire to learn song, I could scarce contain my joy. Looking back, I'm fully convinced that our meeting had been preordained. Your coming has instilled me the courage to attend that matter of which I spoke earlier. I'm ready. Ready to make a pilgrimage to the scene of my regiment's demise. Ever since that fateful day, I have been haunted by visions of my fallen comrades. Torment graven upon their bloodied faces. Lost to hope, but too craven to end my own life, I wandered the land aimlessly, seeking a place to die. But the heavens denied me even that. Yet, just when it seemed that despair would draw me wholly into its black abyss, never to emerge again, a melody resounded within me. It was then that I awakened to the power of song and found new purpose in life. I embarked upon a journey to master such verses as would bestow peace upon the fallen, that I might lay the tormented souls of my comrades to rest. It has taken long years, but now I believe I can offer a requiem worthy of my comrades. To do so, however, I require one last favor of you, Serenia. I would have you escort me to the west of the observatorium in the Curva Central Highlands. It is there that we shall find the scene of my regiment's demise. Your presence kindles in me a courage I had thought lost. I would have none other by my side as I undertake this pilgrimage, now as I enter the most daunting stage of my life. Once you arrive, I ask that you pay your respects with another bouquet of Nemeria lilies. When my requiem is sung, he shall have a final piece of a choral attire. Heed me, a person I'll take. Reverse thee the dance of the stars athwart the night sky, that we might ease the suffering of souls long departed. No, I was just looking to the sky if it's actually night or... And this has this golden glow, so there will be a battle here again. We are surrounded, and our foes seem disinclined to listen to parley. You must survive this, Serenia. My soul is overburdened with the deaths of too many dear companions. My bow, I cannot... You cannot shoot, then at least sing, you're a bard. Does cruel fate seek to stain my hands once more? Have I not drank enough of bitter regret? I shall aid you as best I can. Serenia, to my side. Yeah, you're under attack by dogs. No more lives will be lost to my folly. May my song envelop and protect you. Serenia, without you I will not be standing here this day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, my friends. I have kept you waiting over long. The Keeper be praised. I can wield the bow once more. It was you, young one, who helped me to remember how. I had known for some time, but your presence is a salve to the wounds of my soul. Your coming has delivered me from the nightmares of my past. My worthy successor, to you I entrust the final piece of the choral attire. Don it and go forth to fill the hearts of men with courage and purpose. Though the seasons may turn, bending a man's back, dimming his eyes, so long as there's life, there's a reason to hope. Thank you, Serenia, for showing me the truth of this. With the blood of my comrades upon my hands, to simply draw breath racked me with such guilt that I could not bear. But the time for mourning is past. I shall take up the bow once more, and lend what aid I can to the gods' quiver. In fighting for those who yet live, I do my fallen comrades the greatest honor. Yet a never melody resounds within you, I see. Then there's naught more I can impart to you. As equals, let us together give praise to life and all the joy that it brings. Heed me, St. Altric. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might exult in the glory of all creation. In thine exalted name we sing, that the living may savour life and the departed know true peace. Your compassion unlocks echoes of an ancient melody within you. I thank you, Serenia. You have blessed this old fool with a gentle touch of salvation. Eorzea waits. Go forth now and inspire endless hope and courage with the beauty of your songs. May we one day meet again. You hear a faint voice carried on the winds of time. And this concludes the Bard's quest for A Realm Reborn. So, since he said he's with the God's Quiver now, does that mean he is back at the... back in Gridania now? Or is he back at his camp at Quarry Mill? No, he doesn't appear to be here. Yeah, it's currently Christmas as I record this, so... In fact, Christmas is the day after tomorrow. While I'm full confident that you would rise above your hardships, I'm no less relieved to know that all is well again. How tastes the guild? Nothing new? Okay. And he probably truly is at Quarry Mill down here. Yeah, okay. But that was just for my curiosity. Next time, we'll see what we do. This will of course take again a little while. I need to level before we start the Heavensward quest. Anyway, until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.